We're going to talk about Drive, the surprising truth about what motivates us by Daniel H. Pink. This book challenges the conventional wisdom about what motivates people to achieve great things. It presents research from psychology, economics, and neuroscience that argues that traditional rewards and punishments, such as bonuses and promotions, are not the most effective motivators. Instead, intrinsic motivation, the drive to pursue one's own interests and goals, is the key to success and fulfillment. Chapter 1, The Rise and Fall of Motivation 2.0. Let's start with Chapter 1, which introduces the concept of Motivation 2.0. Pink argues that Motivation 2.0 has dominated our thinking about motivation for the past century. This approach is based on the idea that people are primarily motivated by external rewards and punishments, such as money, grades, and promotions. Pink traces the history of this approach, from the Industrial Revolution to the present day, and argues that it is no longer effective in today's complex and rapidly changing world. So, what's the problem with Motivation 2.0? Well, it's based on flawed assumptions about human behavior. For one, it assumes that people are only motivated by external rewards and punishments. It also assumes that people are inherently lazy and need to be incentivized to work hard. Finally, it assumes that people are primarily motivated by self-interest and that they are not interested in contributing to something larger than themselves. Chapter 2, 7 Reasons Motivation 2.0 Doesn't Work Anymore. In Chapter 2, Pink presents 7 reasons why Motivation 2.0 has become outdated. He argues that the approach is based on flawed assumptions about human behavior and that it no longer meets the needs of modern workers. Among the reasons he cites are the changing nature of work, the rise of knowledge work, and the fact that external rewards can actually undermine intrinsic motivation. Let's take a closer look at some of these reasons. First, the changing nature of work means that traditional incentives, such as bonuses and promotions, are no longer effective. Many modern jobs require creativity, problem solving, and collaboration, which are not easily incentivized with external rewards. Second, the rise of knowledge work means that workers are increasingly motivated by the desire to learn and improve, rather than the desire for extrinsic rewards. Finally, research shows that external rewards can actually undermine intrinsic motivation. When people are given rewards for a task, they tend to focus on the reward rather than the task itself, which can decrease their interest and enjoyment in the task. Chapter 3, The 3 Elements of Intrinsic Motivation. In Chapter 3, Pink argues that intrinsic motivation, which is based on the drive to pursue one's own interests and goals, is the most effective form of motivation. He outlines the 3 elements of intrinsic motivation: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy refers to the desire to be self-directed and have control over one's work. Mastery is the drive to improve and develop new skills. Purpose involves the desire to pursue a greater cause or contribute to something larger than oneself. Let's talk a bit more about these 3 elements. Autonomy is important because it allows people to have control over their work and to pursue their own interests and goals. This can increase motivation and engagement, as people are more likely to be invested in their work if they have a say in how it's done. Mastery is important because it allows people to develop new skills and improve their abilities. This can increase motivation and satisfaction, as people are more likely to be fulfilled if they are constantly learning and growing. Finally, purpose is important because it allows people to feel like they are contributing to something larger than themselves. This can increase motivation and a sense of fulfillment, as people are more likely to be motivated if they feel like their work has a purpose beyond just making money. Chapter 4, Autonomy. In Chapter 4, Pink dives deeper into the concept of autonomy and why it is so important for intrinsic motivation. He argues that autonomy is essential because it allows people to have control over their work and to pursue their own interests and goals. He also presents research that shows how autonomy can lead to increased motivation and better performance. One example Pink gives is the story of Atlassian, an Australian software company that allows its employees to work on whatever they want for 24 hours once a quarter. This FedEx Day allows employees to work on projects they are passionate about and to be creative in their work. As a result, the company has seen increased productivity, creativity, and employee satisfaction. Pink also discusses the role of managers in promoting autonomy. He argues that managers should focus on creating the conditions for autonomy, rather than trying to control their employees. This can involve setting clear goals and expectations, providing resources and support, and giving employees the freedom to decide how they want to achieve those goals. Chapter 5, Mastery. In Chapter 5, Pink focuses on the second element of intrinsic motivation, mastery. He argues that the drive to improve and develop new skills is essential for motivation and engagement in work. He presents research that shows how mastery can lead to increased satisfaction, creativity, and innovation. One example Pink gives is the story of chess prodigy Josh Waitzkin, who became a national champion at the age of 9. Waitzkin attributes his success to his focus on mastery, rather than just winning. He was always looking for ways to improve and to learn from his mistakes, which allowed him to continue to grow and develop as a player. Pink also discusses the role of feedback in promoting mastery. He argues that feedback should be frequent, specific, and focused on the process rather than the outcome. This can help employees to understand what they are doing well and what they need to improve, and can encourage them to continue to grow and develop. Chapter 6, Purpose. In Chapter 6, Pink turns his attention to the third element of intrinsic motivation, purpose. He argues that the desire to contribute to something larger than oneself is essential for motivation and engagement in work. He presents research that shows how purpose can lead to increased satisfaction, motivation, and commitment. One example Pink gives is the story of John Mackey, the co-founder of Whole Foods Market. Mackey believes that the purpose of business is not just to make money, but to create value for all stakeholders, including employees, customers, suppliers, and the community. This purpose has driven the success of Whole Foods and has helped to create a loyal and engaged workforce. Pink also discusses the role of leaders in promoting purpose. He argues that leaders should focus on creating a clear and compelling vision for the organization, and should communicate that vision to their employees. This can help to create a sense of purpose and meaning in the work that employees do, and can encourage them to be more engaged and committed to the organization's goals. and subscribe. Thanks for watching.